He'll always be our friend.
Okay.
And so, yeah, non-verbal communication. Like, I always remember this famous line from The Little Mermaid, the 1992, or is it 1992? Whatever, the animated version, where Ursula, the sea witch, is like, and don't forget the importance of body language.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
watching that as an
I
adult being
remember that.
like, hell yeah, you get some, you evil, saucy witch.
Yeah, evil octopus.
Because she knew about relationships and she knew more about humans than any of the mer people did. She knew it was up because
That's true.
language is hella nonverbal communication, and you need to pay attention to that because you can miss a lot of stuff, and you can also pick up on a lot of good stuff too. So, well, let's finish our thought here because you have been not really, or at least from my perception, not putting out a lot of nonverbal communications. You've been overwhelmed, but you've been feeling some overwhelm.
Well, like when we first got here, I did experience a little bit of culture shock that I wasn't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I've been to the real parts of Mexico before, not just like resorts. Like, I've stayed with like actual people who live here. I've been to like Peru and Colombia and Argentina and Greece and like, but yeah, so I wasn't expecting to feel shocked. And it's hard to explain what it felt like because it didn't really come with like judgments or anything like that. It didn't necessarily even really come with fear. Like maybe that was more of the emotion, but it was just like a shock of like a new lifestyle. The energetics are different, the visuals are different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, also just realizing if we were walking around a neighborhood like this in the States, like my mind would register it as like not a safe place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I think just like reorienting my perspective on things again,
Mm-hmm.
like that's kind of what had to happen. And so I think the shock, I was just like ushered into a new version of myself, like reorient or,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't keep the same orientation anymore. And so I think that's mostly what the shock and the overwhelm was like. It was like, okay, yeah, what is my new orientation here? Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you communicate with your parts about that?
I was real sweet to him. Like
Uh,
before I might have been somebody that would have like beat myself up about that of like isn't it just so classic that we beat ourselves up for feeling the way that we feel and we like make ourselves wrong? At least I do this. Make myself wrong for feeling the way that I feel if it's not like an admirable feeling.
well, that's the way we were raised. So.
Yeah. And so like in the past I would have probably done that, but I didn't do that this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I don't know if I expressed it with my physical body, but I did express it with my words that I'm feeling culture shock or that I'm
Mm-hmm.
a little bit overwhelmed. Like, and I said that to you, I said that to one of my friends, and just being able to admit it, I was really surprised at how quickly I moved through it and like found a sense of joy and comfort and tenderness again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then like I've noticed I've gone through waves of like of feeling a little bit overwhelmed or feeling intimidated by like going out and doing something new, speaking another language that I don't really know how to speak like fluently. Like my three parts had to come to the understanding that we're not going to be cool here. we're not going to fit in here, at least, like
We're totally gonna fit in.
I'm 6'2" and like a white girl, and that doesn't really know how to speak Spanish. Like I'm just not going to.
That's why we'll fit in.
Yeah.
We're so odd. We're perfectly placed.
Yeah. I guess I just had to like have kind of a talk with my three parts of accepting like we're just going to be who we are. Like this is not about impressing anybody. That's actually part of like what we're releasing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, what I wanted to say about the nonverbal communication when I'm overwhelmed is when I'm overwhelmed, I shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like freak out. I don't like, I probably get quieter.
Mm-hmm.
But then also like, I feel like that's kind of I don't want to say trauma response because I'm not trying to be dramatic. I think it's just like part of growing up, how I've learned to grow up, how I've learned to like navigate life is through like hiding what I actually feel, even in my physical body. And like, I think there's some things that can't be hidden. Like, I think your body always kind of tells on you on some level.